We live on YouTube, Facebook.
Let's
Yes,
see.
sir.
We are live.
We are live, baby. We live, baby. Back like I forgot something. Why? Cause I'm something. Bros with mics. What up, y'all? I'm Tom.
Cody D.
Yeah, we live, baby. We live, man.
Oh dang, I meant to shake my desk like that.
I mean, it's a good week. It's another week. We have made it through. Thank the Lord. Uh, we got some injuries that came out. Some of these teams, man. Quick plug. We want to get in Vol Nation. Thank you guys for letting me post all the time on there. Vol for Life Uncensored, the Oklahoma page. Y'all showing a lot of love to these clips we're getting out there on Facebook. Hey, Facebook, y'all showing out for us, man. Now let's get that to translate over to Instagram and to YouTube and to the rest of the platforms right there. But we're at week 6, man. We had a rough weekend right there. For everybody except Tennessee. You know, we was doing it good. We did it big this weekend. We let them know at the blackout what was up. But we're off this week for week 6. We got a few other people that we're gonna be talking about. You know what the biggest game is of the weekend. We all know what it is.
The biggest game of the week.
You get a ghost. You talk to a ghost over there?
No. Shut the door,
Boy,
please.
gotta go. So Oklahoma versus Texas. We got the Red River Showdown, baby.
Red River Showdown. So, I guess that's who we starting with, right?
Yeah, let's start with it, man. Get into depth, but we get our predictions in. But the biggest thing, this is a pretty big rivalry. It's been going on for a long time, man. It's about over 100 years old. With the first matchup taking place in 1900.
Yes, I think this is the 100.
1900. No, it's
Think.
123rd meeting of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Very first time Texas won 28-2. That ain't very impressive, but it seems as though they've had a hold on the rivalry for a while now. The Longhorns lead the all-time series 6-3 wins. Oklahoma's 50, but it seems like it might be trending the other way this year. Oklahoma's looking good. When I look
Last
at
10 years is 10-7 or 10-3. Math is not mathing.
math ain't math.
No,
10 to 3 for the last 10 years.
last 10 years is 10-3. So
Last 10 years is 10.
I mean, last 10 years. Listen to me. Last 10 years is 10. I mean, damn.
Hey man, take a beat. It is 7-3 for the last 10 years, is what he's trying to get out of his mouth right now.
Hey,
Jeez, you good?
I ain't had no food yet, bro. I ain't had no food yet. So, without further ado, Tom, I'll let you start this one off because I got something to say.
Oh yeah. So my opinion on the matter, man. I think out of all the years, this might be one of the most impactful years. Not that it's not an impactful game every year, because it is really about who's going to take the Big 12.
Right.
The rest of the Big 12 ain't looking great. You got some newcomers who are kind of trying to take over the West Virginias and people like that, but everybody else is very subpar in that division right about now.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I'm liking Oklahoma in this one. It's not that Texas is anything to sleep on, anybody to sleep on, but Oklahoma they got their foot on the pedal right now. It seems like Brett Venable has the hot hand at this moment. It could go either way. Rivalry games, everybody's going to show up and play their best. So it's hard to say who's going to do what in this game, but I think the biggest factor, which will determine the outcome of this game, is if Oklahoma can establish that run game and establish it early. Right? We know you guys can throw the ball. That's a proven fact. You've done it all year. Dylan Gabriel could be one of the potential Heisman finalists. But can you guys really get your running back room down and situated to a few individuals and not like 3 different people trying to bounce between? I have Oklahoma winning this one because of a few things. Oklahoma's defense right now, I think, is just a little bit better than Texas offense. Right? And Texas offense, it's great, but Oklahoma's defense is they're rolling at this moment, man. The boomer is booming right now. So at this moment, I think I got to go with Oklahoma. Just kind of looking at the stats and the way the program is headed, to be honest with you.
Nah, so not a bad take, really. Like I could see both sides of the argument for this game. I could like biased me wants to go OU, unbiased me wants to just not think about the other side. But If I had to bet on this game, I would bet OU though. Just because I'm gonna ride with them till the wheels fall off. So literally, I have. Last year we kind of seen what happened in that game without a QB 49-0. Um, but I want to say this: Oklahoma is impressive to me because of what happened last year and what happened this year. So it's like night and day. You know what I mean? Texas. I mean, people say Oklahoma hadn't played anybody. They play Cincy, SMU. That's like their best opponents, which I agree. We ain't had the toughest schedule, but we're supposed to play Georgia. I seen where the only reason, and Tom, the only reason we didn't play that game is because we couldn't do the home and home.
Yeah.
Um, because we're coming to the SEC. So that's the only reason they didn't want to start that this year, which
Mhm.
was weird because I don't even think it was a home and home matchup initially. I
It's
think,
like not that it wouldn't matter. Why not just let you guys do home this year, then switch it to next year? Like you still could
well,
have worked it out that way if you really
well,
wanted.
it wasn't like that. And so the schedule came out. Our start was Georgia this year, Tennessee next year.
Okay.
So I don't even know why they didn't even let it ride because it wasn't even a home and home thing to begin with. But um, OU in this game has to be able to run the ball, like you said. They got to establish the dominance on the run to open up Dylan Gabriel. Putting it all on Dylan Gabriel, I don't think will work. I
Yeah.
do like Dylan Gabriel. He's a good. He ain't got the strongest arm, but he's a good decision maker for the most part. Very accurate. I just want to see him not have the whole load on his shoulders for this week. Putting it all on his shoulder, I don't think it's going to work in OU's favor. But another thing is, they got OU as a 6.5 underdog. But if you go to ESPN FPI, they have a 54.5% chance to win. And I think how that's factored in is they do like a simulation of the game out of like
Mhm.
so many times. And I know another podcast I was watching, I'm sorry that I didn't get to shout them out, but they also do another simulation out of 10,000 games or 1,000 games, something like that.
Yeah.
And in that, Oklahoma actually won majority of the games, and the average score was 34-27.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how that works, but if you want to be an analytical type of guy, then they do have OU winning this game by about a touchdown margin. About the spread, I would,
Uh, yeah. It's 6.5. Over under at 60 points. Well, Oklahoma taking it with a 54.5 to 45.5 for Texas on the other way.
yeah,
And I think that's pretty accurate. You guys are very evenly matched. To be honest with you, there's no clear like who's gonna dog who at this point. I don't think the game will either even be like that. To be honest with you,
Mhm.
they say 60 over under. It's gonna be a tight defensive game. It'll be right around 59, 60 points scored. I think roughly. Look at both of the quarterback situation. You got Dylan Gabriel with 1,593 yards. Quentin Ewers is right there, 1358. That's not a big
Mhm.
difference. 150 yards, that's a couple drop passes in the game, or two right
Right.
there. 15 to 10 touchdowns, two interceptions versus one. But the big difference maker is going to be the running game for both teams. We look at Texas running game; they have a pretty established running game at this point in time. With Brooks with 597 yards versus Major with only 199 yards. That's also because you guys are jumping between running backs also. So
Multiple
that's the
running
biggest
backs.
factor.
Yeah.
But if you look at the Worthy versus Anthony, it's pretty evenly matched again, 387 versus 345, right? It goes back to roughly about the same on the pass game. So the determining factor I think for this game will be can Oklahoma establish that run game or have a very dominant receiving and a great defensive rush stop, like run stopping. Is a run
Yeah.
stop going to be enough to stop Texas? If so, it's going to be a tough game for him.
Yeah. I
But
mean, yeah, if I had to say I have OU in this game, and I do want to go back to what I said originally about OU not
yeah,
playing anybody real quick. I did see a stat line to where Texas has faced backup quarterbacks all year except for the Bama one. And the time that they did play Bama, they say that it's the worst quarterback that Bama's had in the last 15 years.
arguably yes,
Arguably, everything's arguably with
yeah,
that stat line. But looking at it that way, I mean, Kansas backup QB, Wyoming backup QB, a very tight game against Wyoming.
Yeah,
Um,
and they took off towards the end right there, but that 31-10 is not indicative of how the game really went. Wyoming put up a great fight right there.
yeah,
They really
exactly.
did.
And then
I mean, look at Rice. Rice, same
Rice,
thing.
backup QB from Georgia.
Yeah.
So I mean, and JT Daniels. So I mean, Texas. I mean, they have and they haven't. You know what I mean? They have and they haven't. They did good, and I said this before. I don't want to contradict myself. I think Texas is great. I think they're literally top 3 in the nation.
Yeah.
But it's a time for OU to prove ourselves. I'm taking OU on this one. Like I said, I'm riding with them till the wheels fall off.
I mean, you got to. I mean, that's your team at the end of the day. Like, what true fanatic would be like, I ain't got no faith in them. Then you kind of contradict yourself calling yourself a fan because fan
Actually,
is not in and of itself a word. Fan is short for something else.
I did say that when in 2014 I was in my dorm room and I was talking to Brennan Gray. I said we was playing Bama in the Sugar Bowl. I said I don't think OU has this game. We go in, we win the game handily, pretty handily. It was a good game though. It was a good game. But they go in, win the game, and Nick Saban was pissed, boy. I remember watching that. He was pissed, son. But it makes me want to say, Texas got it. I don't think we're going to win it. But I kind of, like I said, it's a toss up for me, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if Texas wins the game, though.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, you can't be surprised, especially when it's a 50-50 game. I mean, whoever makes the most mistakes, right? Penalties, that's going to be a big factor in the game. Who's going to play sound on that line? Is it going to be so loud in that stadium? Dallas is a decent sized stadium. Is it going to be so loud? Well, that's another thing that might not be as big of a factor is the noise, right? NFL stadiums aren't built quite like college stadiums. They're more open. They're meant to be more flashy and grand, right? As opposed to college stadiums, it seems like they're more funnel the noise in more. I
it's a
feel
little
like
more
NFL kind of,
compressed.
yeah, it kind of funnels it out. So you don't have that direct. It's going to be loud. It's going to be loud,
I
but
mean, in
it might not be
Oklahoma,
as big of a factor.
and the thing is, Oklahoma and Texas both between Big 12 officials get the least amount of calls in the Big 12, and it's by a big number. So it's like I don't think they're gonna be calling anything this game.
Nah, they're gonna
Hardly.
let them slug it out at this point.
Yeah, let them slug it out. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited, bro. I'm
I'm
excited.
excited for it too, man. My team's not playing this weekend, so I can really, like I said, I haven't watched a whole lot of Oklahoma games through and through. This gives you a great opportunity to be like, "Hey, Tom, did you see the game?" Yes, I did. I was sitting there. I watched it. I was there for it. I'm here for it, man.
Through the whole 4 quarters. Through the whole 4 quarters.
Yeah. So, I am excited for it. I think it's going to be a great game, head to head, and it's just all a matter of who's going to make the most mistakes. Your lineman going to play sound, or your lineman going to get there and crap down their legs because oh man, this is too big of a stage for me. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it. No, man. They can get there and do what they're supposed to do. Oklahoma should win this game, right?
Yeah.
Throw the ball, catch the ball, score the touchdown, you'll win it, right? Because you ain't running it very often. So throw the ball, catch the ball, you'll win this game pretty handily. So that's that on that. If you got anything else to say for it?
No, that's pretty much it.
Cool. All right, pushing back down the list right here because it is prediction time. Hold up, wait a minute, bring it back. What's up with our record from last week? How'd that pan out?
All right. So of course y'all know we have a new thing going on, prediction wise. And I'll have this up. Well, I can't have it up actually because it's live. Yeah, because it's live.
I got a board over there. I'm gonna put the board behind me when we do the prediction so everybody can see.
So real quick, like it is. So we did 7 teams last week. We did 7 teams, and out of the 7 teams, I went 7-1.
Okay.
And you went 6-2.
Who that? Florida got me. Yeah.
Florida got you, and LSU. We both picked LSU.
Got you. Yeah. Florida, don't ever expect me to bet. Don't ever. Don't you ever. Don't even think about it.
So 7-1 and 6-2 right now. So that's a real little recap of last week's.
All right. I digress. Pushing through. Who we got next on our list? Well,
we can go Ohio State, Maryland.
Ohio State, Maryland. You know we doing it for Maryland out here in these streets, boy. Maryland is ready and poised for the upset, man. They are rolling
You
right
think
now.
so?
Hey, man, if there's a game I think an upset can happen, it's this one because Ohio State doesn't look great. They truly don't, and I think they're overestimating just how good they are compared to Maryland. Right? They think this is a 96 to 9%.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking
I'm
Maryland to cover.
Yeah, I think we'll cover. I'm not taking Maryland to win, uh, but I am taking them to cover. Uh,
So
I think they can get the job done potentially. That's our upset watch for the week.
so we both taking Ohio State in this game.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
am, but it's tough. Maryland's not bad. They've played some teams very close. Listen to this stat right here. Ohio played Indiana, right, and they won 23-3. Maryland played Indiana. They won 44-17.
yeah,
Maryland can score, right? The biggest thing is how well will you defend?
right.
Tua can throw that ball. He'll put up what 1,400 and 1464 on yards compared to McCord's 1,000. 13 tutties, 3 interceptions. So he's slinging that ball. But the thing is, are you going to be able to play defense? I think Maryland is a team to watch. They might, if they get this, that's gonna this stature and the it's gonna be something to watch out for. So if there's a team that if I really want to try to put some money on to make something, watch Maryland for this upset.
I'm gonna say they're playing in Ohio State. This will be the best defense that Maryland plays. Maryland's giving up around just shy of 330 yards a game. Ohio State's giving up 255. Great, great defensive battle they got. Ohio State's D line will completely control this game. I believe. I think Ohio State probably wins by like 14. But 20 points is a lot. Maryland has been playing good. To his little brother, um, is playing good. 3 picks on the season, which is not bad. But 13 touchdowns to McCord's 6 touchdowns. I know they hadn't played the same quality of schedule so far, but I mean, I do like Maryland to cover the spread on 20 points. I think that's a good take right there. I think I'll
I
take
mean, look
Maryland.
at the opponents. I mean, the best one, of course, was the Notre Dame game.
Mhm.
But Indiana, they both played them together. Ohio played Western Kentucky. Maryland played Michigan State. Youngtown State versus UAV. UVA. That's Maryland. I think, arguably, if we look at the totality of it, has played a tougher schedule. I mean, Notre Dame is single handedly better than any other team that they've played. But if we look at the totality, take one off of one, I mean, I'm seeing a lot more tougher, like more grinding your gears, figure out what your metal, if you've tested your metal. 5-0 versus 4-0. I think Maryland is prepared for this and do not sleep on Maryland.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can see Maryland playing them real tough in Ohio State, just because Ohio State has had Maryland's numbers for a number of years now in a row. So watch out for them boys over in Maryland. Watch out
Watch
for
out
them
for the
boys.
Maryland boys, man. All right,
So are you
next.
calling the upset?
No, I got Ohio winning. Man, you know what? I'm not scared, bro. You know what? Put your money where your mouth is. Give me Maryland for the upset.
You
Put your
gonna put
money
that?
where your mouth. Put your money where your mouth is. Put
So you
Maryland
gonna
for the
put that?
upset.
You gonna put that on DraftKings?
Yeah, put your
Okay. So Tom's taking Maryland.
Maryland right there, my boy.
Okay.
College,
All right.
right, College Park all day, man. We out here. We in there like swimwear. What we
All
got
right.
next?
So you tell me, bro. I think I'm leaning towards this LSU Mizzou.
Okay, let's go LSU Mizzou. I'm not mad at it. I'm mad I have overestimated Kelly. I
Right,
thought
Kelly.
overestimated him. That's right there.
Over.
I
Yeah.
thought he was a lot better than what we thought. I thought Florida State was just a fluke. First game of the season. Now I don't know. Like honestly, I don't know at this point. Like, dude, you look like you have these flashes of greatness. You look like you can do it, but they can't play a complete game. Like, I don't understand it. All that talent. Like, what happened within a
It's
year?
it's.
What happened?
I mean, it's literally one question. It's the defense. The offense is putting points up.
You know,
excuse the first week against FSU, but other than that, it's the defense. The defense, and they had, and like I said this weeks before, I said they have one of the best linebacker rooms in the country. I just
Yeah.
don't get how they're not making something shake even a little bit. But
NIL. That's what I think is happening at this point. Everybody done got paid and they don't want to get hurt, and you've lost that tenacity. You've lost that edge, man. When you start paying these cats, you that drive to do great, to do what you need to do to excel, to get to the next level. I feel like you kind of lose that. It's like, dude, I already got my bag. What do I need to go ground for? I got my
I
bag.
mean,
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I'm not saying that's what it is. Not putting words in anybody's mouth, but at the end of the day, LSU had so much potential. You were supposed to take the West this year.
yeah, and it was wide open. I think what the SEC only has two undefeated or three undefeated teams right now.
Yeah,
Um,
you got Missouri, you got Kentucky,
Kentucky and
and you got
Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah,
So, oh, and eight. Oh no, yeah, you're right. You're right. So, but I mean, if you look at it, LSU has given up over 400 yards of offense, total offense.
mhm.
Um, Mizzou only 317 yards of offense being given up. But they're putting up on average 550, a little over 550 LSU. So it's kind of like the offense is there, but where's the defense? So I mean, you look at LSU's last four or three games. You got 14 points to Mississippi State, which is good, but Arkansas you let up 31, and then last week to Ole Miss you give up 49. So it's kind of
Yeah,
like, the inconsistency, and I get, you deal with injuries, you deal with it's a number of factors that go into this, but when you got that competitive depth and you can go out there and you can withstand those injuries and fatigue throughout the game, then that's when you
yeah,
make some shake. But I don't know if it's like a coaching personnel or player personnel to this point defensively, but the offense is giving up points. I mean, the offense is
yeah.
putting up points.
I think this game is going to be pretty straightforward. Missouri will not win this game. I don't. If you're betting on this game, do not waste your time. Missouri is it's a facade right now. It's a mirage. Like they had very strategic scheduling. Is what they done right. South Dakota State, you should get the dub. Middle Tennessee State, you should get the dub. Kansas, and they're not as good as it. Kansas State is not good this year. You should get the dub. Memphis, come on now. You should. Does this see? You see any patterns here? I'm not seeing a whole lot of Division One
Uh,
single A.
I
I'm
mean,
seeing.
Kansas
I'm not
State.
seeing. That's it. And then Vanderbilt,
I
Missouri
mean,
should beat everybody. Missouri played. Missouri should have beat.
you
Right.
think so? I don't look at Missouri as that team that should
I
beat
I I,
somebody.
I don't, but I look at who they scheduled. South Dakota. Come on now.
Should win.
You
Kansas
know,
State argue. I think Kansas State should have won that game.
but look at it. Man,
No,
they
I'm
barely
saying I'm
won.
saying
It's very 50-50 on that one,
yeah,
right? And
but
they
if I
barely beat them.
go if we go back to the previous week and we start off and we say, okay, look at Missouri's schedule. Okay, they dropped Kansas State. That's probably what you would say. They dropped Kansas State. They probably should win the rest of the games, but
Yeah, they South Dakota, Middle Tennessee, Memphis, Vandy. They should win all those.
which Memphis is a
Kansas,
good Memphis does
but
have a
they're
good
still,
team.
but they're not on level with Power Five. They're
I
not
mean,
on
they
level.
just beat Boise State. They
Boise's
beat
barely on Power Five level.
yeah. I mean,
Or
Memphis
Group of
is
Five. I mean,
Me-
yeah, like
Memphis is a good team. Don't get me wrong. Memphis is a good team, but yes, you going to that, it's like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like just because it's Mizzou and Mizzou used to like when it was in the Big 12, bro. Mizzou was Mizzouing.
Missouri
You hear
was
me?
that team. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But Eli Drinkwitz, that's his name. Yeah, no, he ain't got it, and it's a facade. But I hope that they will not win this game, but I hope they do, honestly, because the SEC East right now is where it's clearly the best division in the SEC, right? Where the
mhm.
East got it, Georgia, Kentucky, Missouri, we're all 5-0, right? And guess what? I gotta play all three of those teams. Tennessee has to play all of them. I need y'all all to be undefeated. Except it's not going to happen because Georgia and Kentucky they're about to butt heads this weekend. So I think majority two of these teams will come out of this 5-1. Right? Missouri's going to drop it. Georgia or Kentucky's going to drop it. That's a toss up right there.
Okay. So this game you're taking
LSU.
LSU.
Yes.
So you're taking LSU. Um where they playing at actually? Playing in Missouri.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think I got LSU too.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I
just a
think I
smart
got
choice. It's a smart choice. I mean, and I
uh
think the spread right now is 6.5 over under 64. I just Missouri's not that good of a team. Now they'll play you tough.
now
They're gonna
you
play
know
you tough.
what? I might take Mizzou
Go ahead.
actually.
Yeah, I love it. That's what we want right there, man. Go ahead and take this L. Write it down. Don't erase it. Once we go to the next game, it's there.
I messed up. I put it backwards on here. So I'm gonna take Mizzou and you taking LSU. I'm going out on a limb for Mizzou. I'm gonna take them in this game.
Okay. Bet. I went out on a limb from Maryland, so I
Yeah,
didn't go out on a limb on the island. That's where I went. But I'm there. All
yeah.
right. All right, right. All right now.
Uh,
We're
so
going to this
next
while
up,
we're already in the East, might as well stay in the East, right?
well, I got Bama and whatchamacallit up, but we can go.
Let's go ahead and go to the East. We're still in the East right here with Mizzou. Let's go ahead and run it all the way through, right? We got Kentucky at UGA. Both teams 5-0, starting off the season great. Kentucky looked dominant last week against Florida, 33-14. Kentucky's run game is very well established, right? They got Davis back there. He's coming out like a madman. The only thing I worry about for this game, they're not playing in Kentucky. They are playing at Georgia. Kentucky, if
Yeah,
we recall, Kentucky played them great last year. It started off a really good game between the two, and we thought Kentucky might be able to get it, but then Georgia put away late. Steady B was there was on one. They were destined to go a two-piece, so you know what happens with that. But
yeah.
I think it's going to be a good game. They got Georgia at a 14 and a half. Georgia has yet to cover, right? Does Georgia
Name.
win this one? I don't know. What you got?
Uh, so this game I got Kentucky giving a good battle. First half, great battle first half. I think Georgia pulls away second half. Um, but after
Georgia's
that,
also a very second half team. So
yeah, very second half. But if they can kind of do what Auburn did last week and keep it close, it's really so. I'll say this: you have Georgia, right? Who's the second half team. First half, they to week 5 point, they have done the same thing over and over and over again. They
mhm,
keep on playing down. Um, I don't know if they're playing down or they just are down. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's kind of like if Kentucky can do what Auburn did last week and keep it close to the fourth quarter, Kentucky can win the game, just like Auburn could have won the game. But I think Kentucky has a little better receiving core than Auburn, and the quarterback just has a lot more grit. He's the leading rusher, I believe, Kentucky.
Devin Leary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
he was last week. He was
yeah,
last week.
yeah.
So
Last week he
excuse
was,
me.
but they Davis is their guy back there. He's coming out
Yeah.
tough.
So if Kentucky's O line can give him some time to get those passes out and make some plays, Kentucky can win this game. They can win this game. I will say that. I believe that Georgia's going to win the game, but the key for Kentucky this game is to keep their quarterback Leary clean because he can scramble it, he can throw it, and their receiving core is probably just as good as Georgia's besides tight end Brock Bowers with Georgia.
Brock
But
Bowers without. I mean, I hate to say that if Brock Bowers becomes not a factor, sprained ankle, tired, I mean, cramping up, uh, Georgia's in a world of trouble. They
yeah,
really are right there. I think Georgia's going to have their hands full with this one. They really are. I don't think Kentucky is to be trifled with. They've put up over the past few years. They're showing they're not just a basketball school. They've had a couple of 10-win seasons, man. We know losses always come to Tennessee and to Georgia. That's where the losses usually come to. So
yeah.
I think Georgia takes this one, but I honestly I don't know. It could go either way. If the Wildcats come out and they are just looking for the upset, and I think if they can play it tough and guard Brock Bowers, there could be an upset on the brew for this one, man. It
So who do
really
you
could.
got? I'm gonna say I'm gonna take Georgia,
I'm
but I
taking
will not be
Georgia as a state.
surprised if Kentucky statement game for Georgia.
No,
Is that what you said?
no,
Oh
no, no.
my bad.
I was saying I'm gonna take them too, But I think yes, the Georgia show that they are who they are. They have to whoop Kentucky. You can't go in there and win by field goal. You can't go in there because the same thing's going to happen. Yes, we understand it's 1-0 each week, but at some point you have to show that you're dominant. And to be honest, Josh McHale said it. There's not really any elite teams this year. There's not really truly like an elite team. Like dang, these dudes are like the front
It's
runners, right?
yeah.
There's a lot of
It's
good
very wide
teams, but
open. It's
yeah,
very wide open.
it's a lot of good teams, but
I
nobody's
love
really
it.
elite.
I love it
Like,
like that.
you're right. It makes it more college football. Like that's what we
Mhm.
want to see. We want it to be competitive. You got tired of seeing Bama's, Clemson's, Florida State's, Georgia. You got tired of seeing. It's like, dang, I turn on TV. It's
I
like the
wouldn't say
Patriots were
Florida
always
State,
winning,
but
right? I mean, back in 2012, 10, around there, Florida State
14.
was
They
around
won
then.
at
But
14. Just won it one
you
time.
you get tired of seeing it, right? You get tired of seeing the same people in there week in and week out, just like the Patriots. Though I love them, people got tired of seeing that. Like they love
Yeah,
them.
it was pretty
So
much. I mean, the college football consists of like 5 teams for the
yeah,
last since it's been. So you got Georgia, Ohio State, Clemson, Oklahoma,
and
and
we're talking about
Alabama.
factors to win it. Who's in the late games, and it was really four big people right there constantly who we were worried about. Like, are you going to choke at the end? No, who could make it to that level? The Oklahomas, the Georgias, the
I
Bamas,
mean,
the Clemson, the Ohio States. Those are our
um,
big 4 or 5, really.
that's 5. Yeah, I said 5. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So it was 5 that and those teams have been in it majority and consistently it's been at least 2 of those teams since
yeah.
the college football birth. So it's been, those 5 teams have been in it. And this year I could see it being very different. I could. And I wouldn't be mad at that, honestly. Like I love the direction Oklahoma's taking. I'm taking them to win it all just because that's my team. Realistically, I can see it just being
You
a
say
whole
Oklahoma State?
Oklahoma.
I
I
could have
guess
swore. I could have swore you said Oklahoma State. So, oh wait, what? Hold on.
no, but yeah, but like I'm saying, it's very wide open this year. But
Yeah,
moving on, I got Alabama, Texas A&M here. Another game that's a toss up.
I
Another
mean,
game that's a
A&M
toss up.
just can't play a complete game. Bama takes it. A&M just don't have their act together. Like it is a toss up, but
You like Bama? Bama's only a 2.5 point favorite.
they frustrate me though. I wanna cheer for A&M, but they just frustrate me, man. They one of those teams like I don't know. I mean, they haven't done a whole lot except for that loss to Miami. Other than that, they look pretty good against Arkansas, UAB. I mean UAB, Auburn, Monroe. The other two don't really matter as much, but I think A&M wins this one if they play a complete game. A&M wins this one. They're at home. It's loud. The 12th man is something serious down there. It is loud. They are rowdy. And Alabama
So
just don't got
A&M wins this.
Alabama just don't got their act together. I think A&M wins
You
it this one.
just flipped that quick.
No, I said I don't like them. I said they upset me.
You
I
said
don't.
you said Bama winning this. I said that only two
Did I
and a
say
half
that?
point. Yes, you did. I promise. You
Oh no, I
said
didn't.
yes,
No,
you did. You said I got Bama win this. A
did
and
I?
M can't complete. You said A&M cannot complete a game.
Yeah. Oh, okay. They still
Yeah.
can't complete the game, but I think maybe this game they get their act together. I got A&M winning this just because it's at home. Uh, and Alabama just they don't got their act together.
Jimbo Fisher finally does it. That's who Tom takes. I'm gonna take Bama on this. Um, just because Jimbo Fisher can't get over the hump with Nick Saban. I don't know
I
what
don't
it
know. I
is.
think
I
it's just
like
so loud.
A&M.
Alabama's line is just too. They're what's the word I'm looking for? They make too many mistakes, and
I
it's going to be
mean,
loud
yeah,
down there at a 3:30 game. It's going to be hot. I think they're just going to be
and
pissed off.
and Alabama's line coming into this was the best line in the country offensively.
Yeah,
And it's kind of like they're just
mistake
not
after
playing up to that.
mistake
But
after mistake.
I like Bama in this. I like Bama in this game, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. It's a lot of toss up games. It's a lot of 50-50 games.
This game is to
this
determine who
week.
takes the West. By the way.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's crazy y'all play A&M.
Yeah. Which we've had a history of playing them.
Y'all
You
play
know.
y'all play Bama too, right?
Yeah.
Bama,
Always.
A&M, Georgia. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Um, but
Kentucky,
yeah,
Florida.
I'll take I'll take them winning that thing. Boy.
I'll take
Next
A&M on this one.
next I got Notre Dame and Louisville.
Whoa.
Louisville had a rough start against NC State last week, but after getting it going, I think they was just rolling. But it was a slow game for Louisville.
Yeah,
Slow game. They got Notre Dame at a 6.5 favorite. Who you got taking this time?
I got Notre Dame. I think that
Yeah, me too.
after that Ohio game, they were kind of in shambles, and we saw that with the Duke game. They were still trying to recover from that loss. Uh, take this one and go on. Be 6-1. I got Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Yeah, I got Notre Dame too. Sam Hartman is underrated. I think he should get a little more love than he gets. But um, yeah, Notre Dame takes it. They probably cover, honestly. They probably cover that
It's
six
crazy
and
to
a half.
have so many passes at 145 with no interceptions. He's a solid quarterback. He does very well seasoned, especially coming in as a super senior right here. Very well
Ha-
seasoned. So no interceptions, 14 touchdowns. That's pretty good.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Hmm.
So next, last but not least, I got damn, I got UCLA, Washington State.
I
UCLA
like
is favorite in this.
Washington State's my team. I'm going to put that bet in. That's my underdog team for the year.
I
I like Washington State, man. I'm
I
taking
do
Washington
too,
State again.
honestly.
That is my underdog team of the year. Like my little team that I root for on the side. Definitely, I'm taking them on this one. They look great against Oregon State. Um, for a little bit, but they were able to pull it out. They're a tough team. I think they go ahead and take this against UCLA. UCLA just they haven't played enough people for me to really think that they are that good. I mean, you lost against Pitt, who's not a great team. Uh, well, that's last year. Disregard. You lost against Utah, who is not a great team. Yeah, like they were, they're still trying to get their quarterback situation right.
They do
And
have
you
a
got
good defense, though.
yeah, and I just don't see them taking this one. I got Washington State again.
All
I'm
right.
mad. I accidentally said Oregon State. No. I did say Washington State the last one they played Oregon State. Yeah. So
Yeah, you did.
I got Washington State.
And so, yeah.
What you got? Yeah.
So I got Washington State too. I like Washington State rolling right here. Offense looking good, defense not looking too terrible. But I mean they do give up 382 yards. UCLA's defense is a little better. So
Mm-hmm.
they won't be able to run it. It'd be a lot on Cameron Ward this week, but I think he can handle that. Honestly, Dante,
Dante Moore.
yeah, is it Deontay or Dante? I think it's Dante. Dante Moore came in with the loaded QB class last year. True
Yeah.
freshman right there, took over the start position late for UCLA, but
Was it Dorian, something like that? He had a weird name, two
mhm,
part name. Yeah.
yeah, and he's now the lead man for that job. Had a rough going against Utah. Had a really rough going, but I like Washington to take this. I don't get how UCLA is so favorited, or
Man,
it's
I love to see it because you know what that pat my pockets a little bit.
yeah.
So I'm
But
gonna go
no,
ahead and
I
take that
think
Washington before they try to flip it and they realize they made a mistake.
yeah. Key game this week, obviously Oklahoma,
The
Texas
Red
for
River,
me.
baby. Yeah.
College game day is gonna be there. It's gonna be a beautiful time. I love to see it. Um, make sure y'all watch the game. Make sure y'all check it
You
out, my
gotta be,
boy.
man. You gotta be there, man. It's. I think this one's gonna be one of the best games of the year, arguably. Uh, there've been some solid games. There really have been some solid games this year,
Yeah.
but this one, I think, if both teams show up to compete and not
Mhm.
just come crap the bed on this on game day, it'll be a great game.
Yeah, I
Maybe a
think
2-3 overtime type game.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. I like to see Oklahoma take the dub in this. Kind of making. I think that'll take a lot of pressure off BB and the Sooners, but it will keep open the eyes for everybody else in the college football world because Oklahoma has been getting by quietly, very
Yeah.
quietly. Um, I don't like
I told you.
everybody.
That's why I'm glad they're not on that pedestal because when you get up on that pedestal, guess what? It's further you got to fall. People want to knock you down. So
Yep,
keep
yep.
going, keep sneaking through. But better believe you beat number 3 this weekend, you finna be the talk of the town. It's coming down to that top 5, top 6 type stuff. right?
Yeah. No,
So just be prepared for it.
I think if we beat Texas, we gotta move up to 5. I don't
Yeah,
think it's no uh,
there's no ifs
at
ands or but
least.
about it.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, if we beat, because I think Texas one of the best teams.
Arguable.
So,
It's all an
but
argument. I think they should be number one right now, followed by Michigan. Uh,
and probably
Georgia's
Georgia.
yeah, like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I could, yeah, I wouldn't be mad at them at 4. But yeah, man, that's it for the live stream, Al. If y'all stayed this long, we appreciate y'all for checking it out. And if you stayed this long, go ahead and just leave a comment, bro. Leave a
Just
comment.
something. Just say something. Just
If
say
the
hello.
first person to leave a comment is getting a free T-shirt, I'm telling you right now, and
Hey, yeah,
I guarantee you, ain't nobody gonna leave a comment because nobody stuck it out this long. But I'm
nobody
telling
stuck it out
y'all,
this long, man. If you here, why not get a free shirt? It's
why
yours. It's
not
free.
get a free
Get your
T-shirt?
bros some mics, man. Matter of fact, like throw in a koozie or something. We'll do something extra. If you stayed this long to get to this point, we'll make it worth your while, man. Just go ahead and drop that comment. Say anything. No,
Yeah,
don't
I'm
literally
pulling my
say the
hair
word
out.
anything, but if you just want to say the word anything, do what you got to do. But
Hey,
thank you so much for taking the time to be here, supporting us each and every time. For those of us for those of y'all who getting our views up, somebody's getting them things up to 1,000, 2,000 each time. So we're grateful for it.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate y'all. And like always, I'm Cody.
I'm Tom. We are bros
Bros
with
with
mics, man.
mics.
Not the mother guys. We're not the other guys. You know who we are. You know what time it is. We out to stay, my boy. Peace.
Yes, sir. Good live stream, brother.
Yeah.